Hey guys, this is Brent with Bellman Woodworking and Designs, and I wanted to talk to you today about French cleats and how you can use them in your shop. I know there's lots of videos out there about French cleats, but I want to show what I was able to do in my shop and give you some ideas of what you might be able to do in your shop. So, French cleats here. This is a French cleat that I designed for a stud finder. But French cleats, if you're not familiar here, so the actual cleat is the piece that goes in the back right here. So what's cool about French cleats is you can design any kind of holder for any tool that you want and simply put a cleat on the back, and then you build a rack up here on your wall, and a rack is just another piece. Your cleat is cut at 45 degrees, and the rack up here is just another cleat basically that you have mounted into the studs in your wall. And then whatever device like this that you've built is able to mount right up here, and it can be moved and slid around in any place that you want. So that's what's cool about French cleats. Now, let me take a second and show you some of the French cleat device, the holders that I've built here in my shop. Okay, I wanted to make sure we understood exactly how this cleat system works. I think it was pretty clear, but first time I looked into it, I wasn't 100% clear. So again, here's the actual cleat that's on whatever the holder is that you're making. And on the wall, this would be the receiving piece here. This would be mounted to the wall, and you want to make sure, of course, you drive screws through here that would go into some studs on the wall. That way it doesn't come off, because you're going to be putting a lot of things on there. But then these are both cut at 45 degrees on your table saw, so when you cut your cleat, if you've got enough wood, the extra piece that you've got will be what goes on the wall. This slides right down in here, and then it hangs on there just like that, and it's not going to go anywhere, especially when it's attached to your wall. So the nice part is, if you decide over time that you've got this on one part of your wall and you don't want it there anymore, you just take it off and put it wherever else fits, and you can always rearrange this cleat system. But that's exactly how it works there. So there's it from the back. So your device, the cleat on there just fits right over whatever the rack on the wall you've got, and it can slide back and forth through there. So that's how that works. Okay, so this is a holder here that I made for just the stud finder that I've got, and just wanted to be able to put it up somewhere in case I needed it. So here again on the back, here's the actual cleat cut at that 45-degree angle, and that's what's able to mount onto the rack that's on my wall. But for this, you can see it's just kind of simple. I just cut some pieces. This is just scrap wood, which is what's great about French cleats. You can just grab anything that you want, scrap wood lying around, and you put it to use. Just cut some notches in it right there, and then you use those to be able to slide that in place, and then that's able to mount up on the wall and fits really well up there. All right, so this is a design I used from Matthias Wandel. So this is to hold any kind of pliers and stuff like that. So again, you can see the cleat is here on the back, and then I did something kind of similar, just using a cleat design here, and I just use glue and brad nails on both sides here. And again, that's cut at an angle. He used hardwood, which would last longer, but for me it's worked fine. But you're just able to put all your pliers, anything like you need, on this rack right here, and then put that up on your wall, and then you are set and ready to go. And this works really well. Alright, this right here is what I used for screwdrivers. You can tell I just kind of marked out on my scrap wood here where I wanted all my spots to go, and I just drilled all the holes. Again, here's the cleat on the back right there, and I just put some extra supports here, cut at 45 degrees, and everything hangs through there, and it works really well. You can grab it if you want, and the cool part is you can organize this however you want. So I've got a bunch of flathead screwdrivers. I don't necessarily use all the time, but they're what I've got, and I've got Phillips head screwdrivers down here too. But it's just great, and this could hold drill bits or pins or pencils or whatever the heck you want it to use, but this is what I use. Again, it just mounts up there on the wall, so it works really well. This one here I made to be able to originally just hold pencils and pins. You can see there's the cleat on the back. And really what I did is I had some scrap. I think they were 1x4s, but I glued them all together, and then cut them down to the size that I wanted, and drilled some holes in there like you can see. And I've got drill bits, markers, anything that you want to be able to put in there. And again, I just, you cut it to whatever size that you want. It's custom for your stuff. And glued a cleat on the back, threw some brad nails in there, and then again, it was ready to go up on the wall. So that might be another idea for something you can use right there. Down here, I made a little cabinet just to be able to hold sandpaper. I've got some router bits and stuff here on top. Pieces that go to the router, things like that. But I just made a little shelving system to sort out all the different grits of sandpaper that I've got. And then, of course, you got the big stuff in the folders here. I just wanted to be able to have it there. So that works really well. All right, so this French cleat holder right here I designed to do a couple different things. Again, just to point out, here is the cleat here on the back. I do have a couple of eye hooks here that I use to be able to put hearing protection in or on right there. That's going to hold that in place. This one is probably the most detailed, holds the most things. On here, I did a couple of things here where I added some dowel rods. These two dowel rods here, I had bought a while back this little mortise and tenon kind of maker, so it gave it a spot to hold it in place right there. I also put a couple more dowel rods in here at the bottom. So I don't use scissors a whole lot in the shop, at least I don't, but every once in a while I find a use for some, so those are able to hang right on there. Over here I made a little holder. I just cut to match the inside right there of my straight edge, so that can hang in place. Don't worry about it flopping around or going anywhere. And I do have some notches. I've got one notch cut on this side. I've got another notch cut on this side. You can tell it's using a Craig jig to set all this in place. So this larger notch right here, I use it, I've got just a rubber mallet here. I use it to hold in place, so when it's up on the wall, it sits right in there, just like that. And then on this side, on the left, so I've got the little 90-degree straight edge here, and I just made it to be able to hold it in place, just like that. And so it also doesn't go anywhere when it's mounted to the wall. And then this shelf here, usually I've got some eyeglasses, eye protection up here. Usually set my drill bit case up here. Just whatever you want, you can use top edge. And you can tell when you look at it, I added a little edge to it right here. Just keep stuff from falling off. But this one's been really nice. Again, it hangs up on the wall. And there's that, again, the cleat there. I already mentioned that. But again, you can customize these, as I've been saying, to do anything you want them to do, which is really great. So this one is one I really enjoy. All right, so this cleat holder here I made for some chisels. These are all the chisels I currently own right now. But all I did for this, so I went in and you can tell I drilled holes there and then just cut notches out that were big enough to be able to hold the chisel in place right there. And again, this is all scrap wood. All these I've made from scrap wood. Here's the cleat again on the back. But this is just nice. It holds them in there. They're right there. I can see what size chisel I want when I want it, and I'm able to grab it when I want. So another French cleat holder there for you. Alright guys, so I hope this video has been useful for you, so you can see how you can use a French cleat system in your shop. Again, make whatever you want, customize whatever you want. Put stuff out there that you make for other people to see, helps give ideas. Of course, there's tons of ideas on the internet. But whatever you can do to post what you make is really cool, just to help share ideas with the woodworking community. So hopefully I've given you some good ideas today of what can help you out and design some things to go in your shop. You can make the whole French cleat system as big or as small as you want. But if you have any questions about anything that I have made here, please let me know. I'll be glad to answer any questions or comments that are below that I can. But anyhow, again, I hope this helps you out. My name is Brent. I'm with Woodworking Designs. Thanks for watching.